Hey there, it's Walt. As I was getting ready for a recent mindfulness workshop, I was reviewing the literature, I was doing some reading, and I began seeing more than the usual amount of articles around burnout. Lots and lots of articles around burnout, and I thought, well, that's interesting. I wonder why I'm seeing so much on burnout right now. And I dug a little deeper, and lo and behold, the World Health Organization in the last month has declared that burnout is a disease. And I did. I giggled. I laughed. I said, yeah, since the Industrial Revolution, since we lost touch with the rhythms of the seasons, the rhythms of the land, the rhythms of day and night, since we began to measure our success by how hard we work, by how long we work, by how many hours we bill, it's been a problem, a big problem. The World Health Organization characterized it as an occupational phenomena, and it is. The way we work isn't working. And I began thinking about burnout and what burnout is. As an occupational disease, it sounds very serious, and we've got to sort out all of the signs and symptoms and how we might remediate it. And it's not complicated. We have a beautiful wood stove that sits right down there that we burn during the wintertime, and it burns out when one or another of things happen. Either it runs out of oxygen, we've got not enough air flowing through it, or it runs out of fuel. And that's true for us as well. We get burned out when we run out of oxygen or run out of fuel. And the fuel piece isn't complicated. It's how we feed our bodies. It's how we nourish ourselves. It's whether we get enough sleep or not. It's whether or not we're taking time to rest and recreate. And the oxygen piece isn't complicated either. It's about how we feed our spirits. It's about what we do to reclaim our spirits, to connect again with ourselves rather than always be churning like a machine 24/7, 365. And of course, mindfulness and meditation practices help with that. And they support the idea of a life that's rich and full and balanced. But at its core, this phenomena of burnout speaks to the fact that we cannot possibly sustain the work we do in the world if we're always on, if we're not refueling ourselves, if we're not grabbing what's oxygen for ourselves, we're not taking that time. So often when I speak about this concept, we'll get a question around, well, isn't it selfish to take care of ourselves like that? Isn't it selfish to take time for ourselves? And it's the most selfless thing that you can do. It's the thing that really serves the world, is really serves the people that you care about, because we cannot possibly do the work that we're meant to do in the world. We cannot possibly love and care for those people that depend upon us unless we're whole and complete in ourselves, unless we're not burned out. And so I invite you, as we enter into the summer season, to think about how you can connect again with what's oxygen for you. It might be simple. It might be reading the paper in your rocker. It might be taking a walk on the beach, or it might be just having a coffee in the afternoon in the coffee shop. It's just stepping away from the fray, stepping out of the fray, and thinking, how can you nourish yourself with good fuel, good food, good sleep, good rest, so that you're showing up rested and rejuvenated and ready to take on the world. So, burnout, it's a disease now, but you can treat it. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.